go stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Seattle Seahawks.
Carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They'll run again now with Darkwa. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Here's Manning to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down.
Brandon, so often we talk about whether or not a quarterback was surprised by the pressure, by the blitz. Most of the time, they're not surprised by that, but the speed in which someone gets there. And on this play, I don't think he had any other chance or choice.
Are they taught in that situation just to tuck it and go down?
Yeah, when you don't even have an opportunity to look downfield and assess what's going on, cover it, take care of the football. Don't turn something bad into something worse.
Flush to his right. And he's got room. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. But other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Second down now after the pass completion. Wilson. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
They stay on the ground. Rawls again. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll try to run with Rawls. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. 3rd down and goal from the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. On now, it's Blair Walsh as he'll try the field goal here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First and 10. Here's Manning. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cliff Averill in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 14 on the play. And they're going to have a third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in third and very long, they ended up setting themselves up
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Shaquille Griffin, the rookie from Central Florida, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. A reminder later tonight, a game some folks have had circled on their calendars since the schedule came out in April. That's the Super Bowl rematch. Falcons, Charles, at Foxborough to take on the Patriots.
Super Bowl 51.5, anyone?
Then on Monday night, that's no slouch either. An NFC East battle between the Redskins and the Eagles. They'll run with Rawls. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Room here to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Drops it underneath for Rawls. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
On 2nd down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. One Wilson to another for a Seahawk 1st down. On 1st down, Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. second down. Rawls. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll lead here to a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
It's complete to Lockett. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Now John Ryan, 12th year in the league, on to punt it away. Back deep for the Giants, Dwayne Harris. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. Wouldn't it? Say when they're throwing us the ball, look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
They start on the ground with Rawls. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
On second down, here's Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and it's third down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on fourth down. Here's John Ryan now, standing just about on his own goal line. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he's got his rookie first-rounder. It's Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. On the run, Darkwa. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Now Manning throwing on second down. Open man right side is Ingram. 23 yards on the play. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Manning the throw on second down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Orleans Darkwa, his second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Now Wilson looking to throw on second down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. 10 more there and another first down.
Obviously a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
To throw is Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 14. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Rosas puts this one through. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They go again with Rawls. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jonathan Casillas coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. From the gun, Wilson. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, Let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we've
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Now Darkwa. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now it's Lockett. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet at the 29. And out now come the Seahawks. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going to Rawls on the dump off. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They run with a power back. Rawls. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. On play action. Now Manning. And he's got got a man open. That's Marshall. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I'm sorry, but it's almost unfair. Brandon Marshall can make so many plays, but even when you think he's covered,
he's not.
No, he's really not. He uncovers and makes a play on you and picks up good yardage in doing so.
Here's Darkwa. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Shift together here from the D-line. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. And the D looking like they may blitz. From midfield, here's Manning. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win. Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Darkwa. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So now from a defensive perspective, they might still have a pulse.
Yeah, that probably would have sealed their fate. But now, they're still within 2 scores.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. The first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. He's now thrown 4 interceptions, and I hate to mention this, but he's a guy that has twice thrown 5 in his career in a single game.
Hard to believe, isn't it? And the tough part is, playing in this NFL, you don't normally just back off totally from throwing the football, do you? So the potential exists for that 5th one to occur. I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now Manning. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Wilson going to throw again. Being chased out left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw is Wilson. To throw on third down. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. To throw again is Wilson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off with great anticipation. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
Say what's up to the big girls. Say what's up to the big girls. My defense is too suffocating, man. It's too suffocating.
Now Manning to try again after pick six.
Hey!
Yeah, he came in to laugh, right? Because I knew this was bullshit. Even though it screwed them over because he was supposed to have the ball. It was supposed to have the ball. He was supposed to have the ball right there, but it switched them all the way around. Instead of... That's good. Bum ass nigga. But I told, man, I keep warning niggas every time before I face them and they don't listen. I'm the realest nigga out here, bro. My defense is too good. Oh, Russell Wilson's hurt! Russell Wilson's hurt! Russell Wilson's hurt! It's something with his leg. He grabs his leg. He's done.
Who do I need to get, baby?
Dom made a party. Just join Dom. Oh, alright.
I got it.
What's up with the big girls? Oh, that's a holding. Let's go, Barkley. Good job. Offensive pass interference. Russell Wilson will return soon. Bruise me. JPP smoke, though. I told Bacchus, man.
They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10.
Bum ass fucking rolling out almost every goddamn play. Kill yourself, Bacchus.
I gotta get the Wilson shooter.
You fucking shit, Bacchus.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, at least you scored more points than Cameron. Wait, no. No, I don't think you did. I don't think you did.
Oh, shooter crush. Alright, done. Alright, it was a GG, man.
Jeremiah, you really asked that question, who won? Are you kidding me? No, that's the one who scored, what, 6 points against me?
I don't know.
Yeah, my offense started off slow. I mean, my defense won the game, but... At least Dark was the real deal, Bacchus. At least you know now. Give me that! I got the pick for Keenan Robinson!
Yo,
Can it be a pick six?
Oh, no, you
Can it be another pick six?
Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
You better get it!
I hate Joey! I hate Joey, man! I hate Joey! Oh, I am gonna run it up. Trust me, that's why I went for 2 on them. For one thing. God dang it, man. Another 5-pick game for me, Bacchus. I tell you, 5 picks a game.
Your defense is amazing, actually. I'm not gonna deny it.
I know it is. DRC. That's why. You see why I don't want to give up DRC? The goddamn beast out there. Go, Shepard.
Fuck of course. Oh, fuck you.
Shepard got one. Don't worry about it. Keep it on, Bacchus. I'm gonna catch another play.
And it's Kaepernick now.
I can't. Yeah, I had 13 mile per hour when I didn't know it was goddamn straight. I would have fucking made that field goal.
That shit, I was crying when that pump went up your head.
I know you was crying even more when they switched it around instead of you having the ball.
Yeah, I know, and then I got the ball in my own 10. I was like, what the hell?
I was like, shit, I'm screwed once that happened.
What? Oh, I know. That's it. 30-3. How about the game? I'm just throwing the ball like this, you know. Kaepernick's in now. Oh, they put Wilson back in.
Yeah, you only had to bruise me.
I know it's only this.
You trying to get him injured, Bacchus? 26 seconds left. I mean, you could say your season's over, but it's not.
But yeah.
At least you got the trades, dude.
Ready? Psych! Oh no, we ain't done yet.
Throw the ball, Bacchus. Come on, try to catch a pick, man. Let me run up the stats. No, and I don't care if you're watching. Let me run the goddamn stats up.
You think we can't you run up the score on me? What the fuck?
No, it's about the stats.
Oh.
Jimmy Grant got hurt. That's... Oh, DRC. Man, DRC's everywhere, bro. You really can't throw to his side. He fucking read that one play. That pick six.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck he did that.
Oh.
Top it, it can't make a beam. Oh.
Bacchus, I'm trying to get 6 points.
I look for that on the corner.
Let's
Fuck
go.
you, call timeout, cheers!
There's no more time.
Oh my god.
Another blowout win for the G, man.
What? Kaepernick at receiver.
Russell Wilson 5 interceptions. Kaepernick 1. So I caught 6. My defense is so good. You were really pissing me off, Joey. You were really pissing me off.
That was the game plan in the beginning.
Jesus, man.
Not well, kind of put whatever to do to piss shooter off. I'm sorry, go watch the real life Seahawks. Russell Wilson runs around like a chicken with a head cut off.
3 picks to Keenan Robinson.
The same way yours worked against Germs.